Hello and welcome back. This time we're going to take a look at how processing handles images. I have a processing assets folder here, and I've got two images here, some seashells and this Tibetan mask. So I'm going to select both of those, just drag them and drop them right into my sketch. See down here it says two files added to the sketch. Let's verify that by going to Sketch, Show Sketch Folder, and there's our data folder, and there's our two images. Okay. Your sounds, your movies, and your images, they go in your data folder, okay? And that data folder is inside the image demo sketch, which is what I just named this sketch, image demo. That's saved inside my processing folder, which is saved inside my documents. Okay, so that's how I recommend having everything set up. In your documents, in the folder called processing, which when you install processing, this should happen automatically. And then your sketch folder, and then your data folder within that sketch folder. Okay, so now I have two images that I can work with. Okay, so let's declare our variable type. Okay, so I'm going to type in p_image. Now, note that it's capital P, and then image is the capital I for image. We're still using camel casing here, okay, because it's p_image. Okay, so this has to be capitalized, and then we have to capitalize that next word there. p_image, okay? And we're going to give it a name. We can give it any name we want to. It's a variable. It doesn't matter. I can give it my name if I want to. All I'm doing is creating a placeholder, okay? So the type is p_image. The instance of that is going to be held in the variable, and we're going to give it a name, and let's just call it img for image. Nice and easy, right? Now we have to close that with the semicolon. Okay, so we have declared a variable of type p_image. Okay, now we can use that. So end of story right there for now, and we're gonna go ahead and just do our plain old setup block and our draw block, just like we've been doing. Okay, easy enough, right? So let's go ahead and do that. So we have to do void setup. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and open and close that block just like that. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's go ahead and do, well, first let's go ahead and set up the size of our window, okay? So we're going to make the size of this window 470 by 352. 352. Okay, why am I doing that by such a strange number? Well, I want the background image to actually be the same size as the sketch window, and I know what size these images are. For example, let's go ahead and take a look at the seashells here. Okay, 470 by 352. Okay, I could have resized this to something easy like 400 by 400, but this was the size of the image. Okay, and so I just went with it. And whenever you assign a background image, it should be the same size as your sketch window anyway. Okay, so if you're downloading an image off of Google or whatever, and it's a 1200 by 1200 image, and you want that to be the background of your sketch, the options are going to be to resize that image or make your sketch window 1200 by 1200. Okay, easy enough. Now, let's go ahead and make a new instance of a p_image by loading an image file. All right, so we've given the variable the name image here, right? Easy enough. But what I want to do now is I want to assign a value to that variable. We know it's what type of variable. It's a p_image variable, but it has no value yet. We have to assign a value to it. When I say assign a value, I mean assign an image, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. So again, img. And what is that img? Well, it equals load image. Notice the camel casing there. And what image do we want to load? Well, I want to load the Tibetan mask, okay? And it's a JPEG image, okay? And we have to put that in quotes, okay? Parentheses and semicolon, okay? So, remember, we can actually highlight and look up anything we want in the reference, but this is how you assign a value. We are loading the image, okay? What image are we loading? We're loading TibetanMask.jpg, and what are we doing with it? We are assigning it. So now img equals this image, okay? And that's why it's called a variable, because we could actually have it any image. We can put any image in here. We could put anything that we wanted to, okay? It could actually be a video or a sound or something, or a shape. You know, we could actually draw a shape and give it that name. But we've created a variable. What kind of variable? A p_image, and we've assigned the value of Tibetan mask to that image, okay? That is how we call on the image, okay? So we've loaded it up. We haven't done anything with it yet. For example, if I run the sketch, nothing's happened. We haven't done anything yet. We are in the setup still. All we've done is set things up, okay? But now what we have is we have an image that is loaded, assigned a variable, and that variable is a type P image. So now within our draw block, we can call this thing up and start working with it, okay? So let's do that. So void draw, okay? Same syntax we've been doing, right? Just like that. Okay, now just because I'm going to be working with the alpha channel and whatnot later, I'm going to go ahead and set a background, even though I'm going to cover up the background. But I'd like for the background to be black as we make things transparent. So I'm going to go ahead and make my background, and we'll just make that black. Okay, now let's go ahead and throw in the image. So what we want to do is we want to say image. Okay, what kind of image? Now notice that's one of these blue functions here. You actually can go ahead and look that up. But this is how you add an image, just like, you know, ellipse or rect or line. We can do image. Okay, now here's how you do it. We have already assigned a variable, and this variable equals Tibetan mask. So we can just go img, because img equals Tibetan mask, okay? Comma, now let's position it, and we're going to position it at 0, 0, okay? And the reason why I chose to make my window 470 by 352, because it's the same size as my Tibetan mask JPEG, when we assign the position to the upper corner, it's going to be the exact same size as the sketch window. Because by default, it'll actually grab the corner of the image and then position that wherever we position on the X and Y coordinates. So let's run the sketch. There's our Tibetan mask. Okay, so now we've drawn a Tibetan mask, okay? So I think that's probably enough for this video. This is how you bring images into processing. And anyway, I think that's a good stopping point for this video. And we're going to go on to the next video and work with tinting our image and overlaying another image on top of it, and then working with the opacity. So I'll see you in the next video.